Yo, what's up guys, Megapelli here, and I'm bringing you an Omega Ruben Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle for you guys today versus Cody, aka HydreigonMaster635, and this is a very good, a very intense battle, and I'm pretty sure you guys will appreciate it a lot as both players played extremely well. So looking at team preview, I'm actually running a high offensive team built around Mega Gallade, and looking at my opponent's team, he's running a fairly offensive team of his own built around Mega Metagross. So in terms of threats, I'm definitely signaling out his Mega Metagross if this thing is in fact an Agiligross set. As if I do obviously give it an opportunity to set up, it can sweep through my team. And looking at my opponent's team, my Mega Gallade isn't going to do too much because it does have a Greninja and a Landorus, which looking at his team is looking to be a Scarf Landorus T. That can easily check my my Mega Gallade. And I'm not running the Ice Punch for his Lando, I'm actually running the knockoff. But on the other hand, I do know if I can potentially set up with my Bisharp and the likes of his Latias, I can absolutely sweep through his team. His team is extremely weak to Bisharp, so with that in mind, let's just get straight on into the battle, shall we? So I'm actually going to decide to lead off with my Garchomp, as I'm the Focus Sash Stealth Rocking lead Garchomp, as my opponent decides to lead off with his Rotom. I do notice he's not actually running a Defogger, so I'm going to use this as a perfect opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks as he goes to the Will-O-Wisp right off the bat. Unfortunately for him, he misses. But like I said, this is unfortunate, and I am actually going to go ahead and go out into my Gengar now just to absorb the Will-O-Wisp, as my Gengar doesn't really mind the burn. So I can use this opportunity just to fire off a Sludge Wave, as he doesn't have too many switch-ins to my Gengar other than his Metagross, which wouldn't appreciate taking a stab Shadow Ball nonetheless. So I'm just going to go straight for that Sludge Wave, do a whole lot of damage to his Rotom, which after the Stealth Rocks will put in the range where Hydro Pump from my Greninja will take it out, and also into the range where my knockoff from my Bisharp will take it out, which is nice. But speaking of Greninja, he's actually going to Volt Switch on out into his own right now, and I have absolutely no switch-ins to this monster, so I'm going to be forced to sack my Gengar, which is really unfortunate, as is what I'm predicting to be a Scarflander's team based off his team can freely fire off Earthquakes at will now, so that's something I'm going to have to play around at, as it actually reveals a Dark Pulse also. So knowing this, I'm actually going to go out into my Keldeo, as Keldeo is a relatively great check to Greninja this gen, as I don't run Extra Sensory or Hidden Power Grass. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to predict his Lati to come in, his Latias, so I'll go straight for that Icy Wind. But he predicts that very nice and makes a very aggressive play and goes straight onto his Heatran. Very nice play on my opponent's part. Unfortunately I'm Scarf, but he's yet to know this, so I can still play around potentially being Specs. So I'm going to pull this switch on into my Garchomp now, expecting to go for Rocks, trying to get this thing in free without him breaking my Sash. But he tries to predict that, goes for that Lava Plume, hoping to get the burn. Thankfully it doesn't, which is great. So his obvious switch into Landorus T is super obvious, so I'm going to pull a double back out into my Keldeo, because like I said, he's yet to know I am Scarf. Even though I did bring this in on his Greninja, Keldeo is a very good check to Greninja regardless, as he cannot really touch him, so it doesn't reveal that I'm actually Scarf as of yet. So I'm hoping he's going to go for that U-turn, try and get a little bit of chip damage off of me and go out into his Latte, but that's not going to be the case. He's going to play it safe, good play on my opponent's part, go straight out into his Latios now, and I'm just going to go straight for that Scald. As looking at it, I probably should have just gone straight for the Scald regardless to follow the earlier turn, as I can potentially get a burn on this thing, and I do need to keep baiting in his Latias, as I do know I can freely set up with my Bisharp. So here, as opposed to going to my Bisharp, I'm actually going to go out into my Garchomp, on the off chance he did want to double into his Heatran, predicting that. And even if he did drop the Draco on my Garchomp, then I get a free switch into my Heatran, into my Bisharp, as I do want to keep my Bisharp relatively healthy. So he's actually going to go for Protect now, just to get a little bit of HP back from his leftovers, which is a nice play. But I'm just going to go for the Earthquake. Looking at it, I probably could have doubled out, predicting his Rotom and or his Landorus at this point, as his Rotom's in the range where Secret Soul would have taken out, so I probably should have doubled out into my Keldeo looking back at it. But at the same time, I didn't want him to predict that and actually go out into his Latte. So I'd play it safe and actually just go for the Earthquake, which wouldn't do anything against his Latte regardless anyway. But I'm actually going to pull a switch here and go out into my Greninja. The reason why I go out into my Greninja as opposed to taking it out is, one, I'm not actually running the Dragon Claw, and two, I don't want to lock myself into Outrage. As like I said, I was paranoid about his Mega Metagross being an Agiligross, and I didn't want that thing to freely set up and sweep for my team. So he goes for Pain Split, gets all his HP back, so I'm going to be forced to go for a Gunk Shot, as I'm not actually running the Dark Pulse, I'm actually running the Hidden Power Fire as my coverage move. But after that Gunk Shot, it will put into the range where I will be able to take it out with an Ice Beam after left ears, and back into range where Knockoff will easily take it out from my Bisharp, which is nice. So he's going to Volt Switch on out of there, not quite pick me off, and go out into his Landorus T here. So what I'm going to do is just go out into my Garchomp, primarily his Death Fodder at this point, as I can potentially keep my Greninja also his Death Fodder Deflator. Also I can actually potentially fire off one more hit after Stealth Rocks and Life Orb damage. So we're just going to take out my Garchomp now, just follow this thing off, get a free switch on out into my Keldeo, which I know can live an Earthquake and easily take this thing out. But what I'm going to do is go straight for the Scald as he tries to make the switch on into his Heatran again, predicting my Icy Wind. But I need to keep his Lati healthy so I can easily set up on this thing. I don't need to take it out as of yet, as his Latias is perfect for, set up fodder for my Bisharp. So I'm just going to go for the Scald as it was my safest play, as it's going to easily 2-hit KO with this Heatran, which is great. And now it's definitely going to force him to go out into his Latias. And here, what I'm actually going to do is use it as a perfect opportunity to try and set up. I'm actually going to decide to sack my Greninja, as if he does decide to go for the Draco Meteor, then this thing will be at -2, and I can get a free switch into my Bisharp, live any hit, and proceed to set up. If he does decide to go for the Side Shot, I know he's definitely not going to stay in, as he does need to keep his Latias to check my Keldeo. So then I can force this thing out and potentially get a kill. So he does just decide to drop the Draco, which is perfect. Like I said, giving me the free switch into Bisharp, I can live any hit this thing wants to go for. And going into my Bisharp, forcing him not to defog, as it will give me the boost. We actually go straight for the Healing Wish, which is perfect for me, as I actually clicked SD, getting up to +2 now, which is absolutely fantastic. As Bisharp is an absolute monster, he's going to try and pass this Healing Wish onto his Rotom. But I am a +2 Adamant Life Orb stab boosted knockoff. Is easily going to be able to take out this Rotom Wash at the range of HP. So it's going to easily do 100% to this thing. And down it goes, it's completely gone. Down goes his Rotom. In comes his Greninja now. Despite this thing being resisted, it's not at full HP, and even if it was, I'm pretty sure the Sucker Punch will easily take out the Greninja at the +2 Life Orb and Adamant. Easily going to smack this Greninja and take it down. So down goes his Greninja, and he's down to his last two now. After I was actually down 5-3, he's down to his last two, his Mega Metagross and his Landorus. His Mega Metagross absolutely cannot take a hit, despite this thing being Mega, getting all the defense boosts in the world. Is definitely going to go down to Sucker Punch. So that's exactly what I'm going to go for. Just easily pick off this thing, completely take it out. Down it goes, bringing him down to his last, his Landorus T. And that is going to be the sweep. As the Landorus T is going to further enhance my Bisharp's power. Thanks to Intimidate, going to further boost it. And this is going to be an overkill, as my Bisharp is an absolute monster. Completely wrecking through his team now. I can just take this thing out with Sucker Punch. So that is going to be the game. A very close game, a very fun game. Cody played extremely well, so I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, be sure to leave a like, smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.